You're very welcome back. You're watching the Daily Rundown with me, Fiona Fox, and I have David Semple here helping me with the stories this evening. Now, Channel 4 has told Noel Edmonds that there will be no new deal for the studio version of game show Deal or No Deal. Edmonds has hosted the show in which contestants open red boxes to win money since 2005. Channel 4 said the studio-based show will end this autumn, but further episodes will be filmed on tour around the UK at the end of the year. But he has been offered 3 new game shows by the channel. Now, we just discovered something in the break there, didn't we, David?
Yeah, I've never heard of Noel Edmonds and I don't know the TV show.
My goodness, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? How does somebody not even hear of Noel Edmonds?
What channel's it?
I feel like throwing it out. I feel like throwing it out to the chat. You know what? I feel like, should we just take somebody in from the studio, because we need to chat about Noel Edmonds, don't we? I feel like just like spontaneously bringing somebody in, because David don't know. Let's bring somebody in. Let's bring somebody in.
Time.
Luckily, Mr. Myles Ryan,
you know him,
from Student Speak,
I am on hand. Yes.
is on hand.
Let me just get mic'd up and
to talk about the popular culture side of things.
Yes. Hello.
Now, you and David haven't been. You guys know each other, but you've not been.
We've known each other for a year.
You've not been here together, though, have you?
Not the first time we've been on the couch, on the air
on the couch,
together.
so to speak. So this
I
one.
usually watch his show.
It's great. It's on every Sunday at 8 o'clock.
Oh, no plugs. But it is, I guess. It's on every Sunday here. Anyway, right, you know Deal or No Deal.
Yes,
I'm looking at that time. I can't believe it's on since 2005, so I'm guessing you've pretty much actually grown up with Deal or No Deal.
Yes, first started broadcasting when I was 10 years old.
My goodness.
I quite enjoyed it because I like the fact that you didn't need to be talented in any sense, like musically or sport-wise. Like anybody could go on that show. All it's required is just to have a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
And you've seen so many people's lives being changed, but at the same time, lives can be, I don't know, not made too great because 1p is
an option. So do you want to quickly explain to Dave? You must have seen the format. This is.
No.
I think this has been it's been syndicated in
I really don't.
The rule.
76
I'm sorry,
countries, David. 76 countries. This format has been sold around to. Can you believe that? So you've got how many contestants? About 20.
Okay, there's 22 contestants on every show, and each contestant has a box. Each box contains a different sum of money from 1p all the way up to $250,000. That's the biggest prize.
Really?
Yes. But they don't know what's in there. So one contestant gets selected and it's their game. And round by round they eliminate boxes from the other 21 contestants.
Yeah.
Yes, and that money is thrown away. Then
including maybe 250,000.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
See, exactly. You would have been good on this. Well, no, like you said, it's mostly about luck, so you know.
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
the fat man.
Why was it so popular, though? It's so. I mean, it's got that kind of 4 o'clock slot. Is it on Channel 4? I think it had kind of an odd time.
It's a daytime slot, definitely.
Prime time. No, Connor's saying I think maybe it was more towards 5, maybe.
Maybe towards that time.
But super popular. Games, apps. And
machines.
I was about to say, because I was in Brighton recently and my husband spent quite a lot of time sitting on the Deal or No Deal game in the amusement arcade on Brighton Pier.
Is there a comic book?
No, I don't. Maybe there's a market there.
There might end up being a series of feature films, you know.
The Deal or No Deal.
Tailored to the Semple. Yeah, but it's a crazy one. And why do you think it's lost popularity?
I think these shows run their course sometimes, you know, fads change, you know, people's opinions on shows change. I know sometimes show has gotten a little bit of heat. So I guess people just tend to move on.
Yeah.
You know, they tend to move on and find different trends because at the end of the day...
do you think it's a bit dated?
I think the concept has run its course a little bit. I mean, there's only so far you can go before people... start to get too familiar with it and, you know, sort of expect what's coming. They don't feel surprised anymore. Right,
so the excitement or the novelty or something is kind of gone. I'm surprised that it was on since 2005. I was actually really surprised that it's lasted that long. What do you think it kind of means for any of the other, sort of stalwart games that are game shows that are out there? One of my favourites is The Chase. I love The Chase. I love watching that. Do you think some of you're not a fan?
I don't think I've seen a game show since I was a kid.
So are you not? Would you watch a game show on TV? No, you wouldn't watch a quiz show?
The problem, I've got to tell you, until I moved to Manchester, I didn't have a TV. Probably, I hadn't had a TV since I was a teenager.
Wow.
Because when I left home, I just left TV behind me. So I might have watched other people's TVs. It was only when I moved to Manchester I said,
I'll get a telly.
I'll pay the TV license and I'll get a TV.
So you
for
wanted
the
to watch
first time.
Coronation Street? Now that you were here to settle in.
I saw the first episode in like 65 when I was a kid. You know, they actually showed that in Canada.
Well, I mean,
Coronation Street.
English, British television has been very famous though over the years. You know,
Yeah.
your Opportunity Knocks and all those various game shows, fun, prime time type.
I do watch Bullseye on
Challenge.
Yeah, sometimes at night.
So you like that kind of retro?
Yeah, I quite like game shows. I think the idea of competition is really fun.
And everyone's interested in that, aren't they?
Yes, it's always very interesting. I mean, like in so many different forms. I mean, so many shows now have adapted like different techniques. Like you've got the Great British Bake Off that's properly taken off. All these
Massive.
Yes, it's massive. All these talent shows that keep flocking out nowhere, like The Voice, Britain's Got Talent, all that stuff. It's just extraordinarily interesting how many different concepts you can make just around the form of competition.
Is that why do you think though, because it's constantly changing so much, and like the idea, the Great British Bake Off for example is now so it's also interactive, you know, we have people second screening, we have people commenting on Twitter, don't we, and that, you know, when they're watching a programme. Is that why maybe the likes of Deal or No Deal is in trouble? Or do you think it's just specific to this is the end of the road for Deal or No Deal? But the quiz show in general, the game show in general is still okay?
I think the game show, I don't think it's going to die anytime soon because, like I say, they keep making up brand new ideas. I think there'll be ideas that seem incredibly obvious, but we just haven't thought of them yet.
Yeah.
So I don't think the game show in general is doomed. But, you know, like I say, these shows run their course. There's only so far certain shows can go. And I guess, in a way, Deal or No Deal has still got quite a following. I guess going out while it's still relatively popular is a good thing because people will remember the show more fondly.
Out on a high. I've just thought of another one. I'm sure there's a board game of some sort.
Yes,
I'm sure that
I had the board game.
Did
Deal or No
you?
Deal. Yes.
Yeah, that was the other merchandise, the type of merchandise. What do you think's next though for Noel Edmonds now? Is he? Well, I mean, I guess Deal or No Deal is going to bob over to Challenge as well because that's where all great quiz and game shows go to retire. Yeah, that's what Connor's just saying.
Maybe you should go 3D next time.
3D Deal or No Deal or 3D quiz.
3D with smell-o-vision, all combined, you know.
Now, when was the first idea of smell-o-vision was floated around the 50s or the 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we're still waiting.
And I remember seeing
I'm all right
3D in the 70s.
That's a cool concept, like a game show for the people at home. I don't know, I don't know how they would do it.
A level of interaction.
Yeah, like a sort of level of interaction with the people at home. Like even like with a concept of smell-o-vision, like smell this.
And the Great Bake Off.
I would be worried about what else that would seep into though. Okay, it's all nice and well and good talking about nice cakes and everything, but you know, I don't know. Anyway.
There's got to be a setting where you can turn it off.
Yes,
Yeah.
there would have to be. Wouldn't there?
Can I ask a question? As not a person who's watched game shows since like when I was a kid, what is the best game show on TV in Britain?
Currently.
Yeah.
Well, I love The Chase, but I don't know, I say that I'm super biased.
The Chase is a very popular one, I'd say, at the moment, yes.
And what do people do? Chase for money?
Basically, there are 4 contestants and there is a chaser, and it's basically like a general knowledge sort of quiz.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so they take turns in rounds answering questions, and if they get through, then they build up their cash. But if they get caught by the chaser, then they're eliminated.
And The Chaser, these are these super knowledgeable, you know, like quiz show, trivia quiz.
Mm-hmm. Some of them are the best
Kings
in the
and
country,
Queens.
yeah.
They literally are. The whole title.
So
for
what time is the chase on?
This is well, it's on at 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually on around 5, 6 p.m.
What channel?
ITV.
Channel 3.
You by numbers. Yeah, Channel 3.
Yeah, we're Channel 7.
Yeah, you should. I mean, you know what, David would be great on something like The Chase.
Yeah, because I'm totally clueless when it comes to the
No, you
game
got
show.
broad general knowledge though. It's all general knowledge.
Yeah, but look, I didn't know Deal or No Deal.
That's not general knowledge though. That's like a game of. You're gonna have to.
Some of them are multiple choice, so you can always have to start.
He's gonna have to wait till it goes over to Challenge.
You mean I should go on and choose my subject as
out.
game shows?
Sorry, I'll go back to you because I was going to say, where would you like to see Noel Edmonds now? I mean, have you? Gosh, Miles, have you only known him to do Deal or No Deal? Because
Yes,
that makes me feel extremely old. Oh my goodness. Do you remember Mr. Blobby?
I do. I am aware of the stuff that he did with Mr. Blobby.
Noel's house party and all that type of thing.
Mr. Blobby.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
Mr.
Noel
Blobby.
Edmonds.
That was him.
Sorry,
That was used. That was like 20 years ago.
That's
wasn't
what.
it?
Yeah, that's what would.
Somebody came into my record shop and there was a new single by Mr.
gosh.
Blobby.
The worst.
And she wanted it because it was like a
It was number
joke
1
single.
for that Christmas.
It was a Christmas.
Yeah, it was.
So I got it in, And I sold techno in my store. And I got Mr. Blobby in for this customer from City TV Toronto. Wow. So that was him.
Yes.
Yeah, that was, well, he was a character on his show on Noel's House Party. Was it? He was.
Yes.
He was very famous. Sorry, I'm saying this to you. Literally would have been 2 or something.
I'm going to have to go home and look him up on YouTube.
You've got lots of Googling
now.
to do. Yeah, you have lots to do. Do you think that we haven't seen the end of Noel Edmonds? Do you feel like he's a...
No, I think he's one of those national treasures.
Yeah, I was going to say national treasure.
I mean, he's done other game shows as well, like Are You Smarter Than a 10-Year-Old? He's done that before.
Sure.
I feel there will be something out there for Noel
Yeah.
Edmonds. We just need to find it, because he's done presenting that hasn't been related to game shows before.
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
we could just go back to that.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Brilliant.
there's that car show. What's it called?
Top Gear.
Gear.
They're always looking for a good
constantly
person for
looking-
that.
Just like the turnover there now is just ridiculous, isn't it? The staff turnover. Myles, thank you so much for stepping in. Thanks very much, David. Thanks. We are going for another break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Lots more news and our special guest interview coming up as well. See you soon.